Hey, what's up, guys? Brant Phillips here. So, not sure what your background is, what kind of led you to my page or to real estate in general, but I can tell you when I started 15 plus years ago, it's 16 plus years ago, I know that one of the biggest things that drew me to real estate was this idea, this concept about passive income. Okay, so when I started, I was like flat broke, right? Like working a job, corporate America, couldn't stand it. Trading time for money, right? We've all heard this, right? Trading time for money, and it wasn't a lot of money. So, when I discovered real estate and discovered passive income, I'll tell you that that was one of the biggest things that drew me to real estate. Now, what I see, and this is why I'm shooting this video, I see so many investors who they don't understand the amount of active work that's involved and required, the hustle, the sweat, the learning curve, right? That it takes to create a passive investment portfolio. Okay. So when I started, like I said, like 16 years ago, since then we've done close to 500 deals now. Majority of those are single family. We fix and flip about 40, 50 homes a year right now. I've had a portfolio of over 100 rental properties. We have mobile home parks. We have a manufactured home subdivision. We've got an RV park. We've got storage buildings. We've got a commercial building. We've got land, you name it. And I've done a ton of owner financing, which is honestly, owner finance is it's my favorite form of passive real estate investing, is creating owner finance notes. But anyways, I say all of that to say this, that every single passive investment that I have, okay, there is a lot of active work that is required to get them to a place of being passive. And most of the traditional, I would say, kind of the passive investments that I hear mainly newbie investors tossing around is like rental property, right? Or they hear that I have mobile home parks, and they're like, oh, that's a great passive investment. They're not passive, guys. They're passive until they're active. and in rental properties, really, especially rental properties, there's a lot of active time that's involved in those properties. They have periods. Some of them have very long periods of being passive, right? But in an instant, that can change. So, I'm just encouraging you to think about that. Do your own due diligence if you are looking to get into the investment world, and especially if you're a real estate agent. I see a lot of agent investors. I have a large team of agent investors that are trying to do a little bit of both, right? Working on their active income, which I highly encourage to fill up that active income bucket. That's where everything starts, making sure that you can meet and exceed your bills on a monthly basis, and then start filling up that passive income bucket, and then ultimately your wealth income bucket. That's another conversation. But what I want to share with you and kind of integrate into this is, after doing 500 plus deals, I'll tell you that I look at everything, every investment opportunity, I look through a lens of risk versus reward, right? What is my risk? What is my reward? And ideally, I'm looking for low risk with high reward. Okay. Very low risk, high reward. And so that kind of leads me to eXp Realty, because I've got a lot of agents who are on my team at eXp, and I meet agents all the time, and I see people hustling to create passive real estate investments, and I encourage them to do so. We're buying property every single month on investment deals. We're under contract right now, as a matter of fact, to buy a mobile home and RV park with storage included. It's pretty cool. So we're always looking for those deals. But I know that every single property that we buy each and every month, right, there's a certain amount of risk that comes with every property that we buy. Now, there's a much higher reward, but there's still risk. And there's still an active part that I have to play, or my team has to play in each and every deal. Okay, so I understand that. I've got a full management team. I have a construction manager. I've got a construction estimator, just goes out and estimates shops. I've built that team, but there's still active work, analyzing deals, taking on the risk, making sure everybody's doing their job and doing their job the right way. But here's something that I see a lot of investor agents making the mistake is you're walking past, or many agents, maybe not you, but many agents are walking past one of the greatest passive income opportunities that I've ever seen. And so this concept of the eXp Realty Revenue Share Program or offering, or whatever you want to call it, opportunity, was presented to me several years ago. And I'm thinking about all the deals that I've done, all the deals that have gone sideways, the headaches that we have now in my business, even though it's creating wealth and it does create income. There's risk, and there's a large active part that I or my team has to play. But whenever I saw eXp Realty, I saw the risk reward ratio was off the charts. So there's essentially a no risk entrance. Where else can you find that? I don't care if you're doing sub two deals and you're not putting money down, there's still risk there. But when I saw the eXp Realty Revenue Share, I was like, this is a little to no risk entrance with a potential extremely high reward. So I'm just sharing this video because I've had a few conversations late with some investor agents, and this revenue share opportunity conversation has come up, and people, they don't see it or they don't get it or they just haven't looked enough. And I was very fortunate to get a close look from who is a very close friend of mine now as my sponsor at eXp. A lot of you guys know Connor Steinbrook. And the thing that, resonated with me is like, this is low risk, high reward, so much easier than doing, most of the real estate deals that we do. And I'm not say this video to brag or to boast or to impress anyone, but to impress upon you to look for some opportunities that you may not be taking a close enough look at. At this point in time, I have hundreds of agents on my in my downline at eXp, agents from 20 plus states, multiple countries, and my team is growing each and every month without my help. Although I do help them, but it's growing passively, and it's growing each and every month. It is growing at the number of transactions, the number of agents passively, and the income essentially is growing as well. So I encourage you guys, if you are an investor agent, you're looking for passive income, keep doing what you're doing on the real estate side of things, on the investment side of things. Like, keep doing that. But look at the eXp Realty thing. I think if you take a closer look, you look at your risk reward ratio and other deals that you're doing and what is true passive income, because whenever you bring on agents that are doing deals, that is as close to passive income as it gets, because eXp handles all the headache side of the stuff, side of the business, with transactions, with liability, with support, you name it, they do it. And that's why the eXp Realty Revenue Share Program is absolutely one of the greatest forms of passive income that I've seen. If you'd like to learn more about that, feel free to hit me up. I'd be glad to answer any questions, get you on one of our calls that we do that explains the entire business model so you can make a decision for yourself.